everyone, Brian Freeman here. Hey, we're back on that lot. We've done a few videos on this lot, and I wanted to actually show you another thing we found that on this property and why it's even more important to get your property corners marked. So this particular lot, to give you a little background on it, there's a main road that runs, the public road, and then there's actually a 56-foot strip of land that actually runs all the way back. And instead of it being like a regular easement where you have adjoining parcels and there's easements across them, it's actually a 56-foot piece of land, and they've given easements to all the different homes that are on this particular road, for ingress and egress, in and out. So what has happened is this, by marking these corners, we've established this as the front line of this property that runs across. I'm actually going to show you here real quick that this line that runs on this front, it's a straight line. Okay, so we've established the corners on the east end and also on the west end. And what we have found is that it clips off the front corner of this structure. It actually runs through maybe like 4 or 5 feet of the front of this house. So when you're building, you have a building setback. So there's typically, you have your property line and they'll tell you what the setback is for a structure. This particular property has a 20-foot front yard setback. So this house here, you would actually have to come back to the property line and then cut off another 20 feet of that house. So if this home's in a condition where you would tear it down, but if this was actually a house that was possible, was a good home, and you purchase property, this would actually be 5 feet onto the neighbor's property, which is essentially an easement here, but it's really another adjoining piece of property. Then you potentially would have to tear that part of the home down. If you made a neighbor upset and they turn you in to the county, you have a code violation. There's a ton of things that could happen with this, and you got to make sure you mark the corners. Another reason why. So, and it doesn't matter if it's on the front yard, backyard, whatever. You got to make sure that any structures on there that are on the property are within their setbacks, the building setbacks. So even on the side yards as well. So make sure you find that out. So this one particular property has a 20-foot front yard, 20-foot rear yard, and then it's got 10-foot side yards. So, and this appears to be the only. Actually, there's a couple other structures in the back that are not permanent structures that are within that setback, but this appears to be a big issue if you've got a home. All right, so another thing you want to do, make sure you mark your corners, so you make sure you have building setbacks for structures that are just on that property. So, all right, so I hope that was helpful. Thanks again for tuning in, and have a wonderful rest of your day.